Here we go, game 2 of the best-of-3 series between the 79 Pirates and Expos. Starting on the mound for the Expos will be Bill Lee, and facing the top of the first, the Expos at the bat will be John Candelaria, the Candyman. Rodney Scott leading off. 5-12, and he draws a walk. So Rodney Scott is on early. And they're going to hold him. Is a 3. That's going to take him from 1 to 17, 115. Scott's going. And thrown out by Ed Ott. Jeez. And so it begins. Andre Dawson, 1 out, facing the Candyman. 6-4, double for Dawson. That'd be a run if Scott had just standed pat there on first. Anyhow, Larry Parrish 1 away. Dawson on second with a double. 2-7. Double for Parrish brings the Hawk around. So an early run for the Expos. Parrish on second, 1 away. Ellis Valentine facing Candelaria. That's a 2-10. Ground ball too short. Runners hold, none forced. So Parrish standing at second. Man in scoring position, Gary Carter. 1-7, and Carter lifts it up out of the park. Home run. Montreal. 2 outs, top of the first. Take a 3-0 lead. Candelaria getting tagged early. Cromartie. 5-7, ground ball second. That's going to be Garner at a 3 with an 18. Roll it again with a 2. That's a single. So Cromartie leaks one through the right side. He is on first base. 2 outs. Tony Perez at the plate. 5-3, ground ball to the pitcher. Candelaria's a 2 with a 16. That is out number 3. So, Montreal, Pittsburgh, the Expos start out with 3 runs, top of the first. So Omar Marino leading off bottom of the first for the Pirates against Bill Lee. 4-11, ground ball pitcher. That's a 2-5. Out number 1. Brings up Bill Madlock, third baseman, Mad Dog. 2-2, fouls out behind the plate. No problem for Gary Carter. Looks it into the mitt. Dave Parker, right fielder, coming up, the Cobra. 2-11, grounds out to second. And that ends the inning in less than spectacular fashion. So we go to the top of the second, and shortstop, thank you very much, Jerry. Chris Spire. Jerry Ball, kind enough to correct me on the pronunciation of that. I've been calling him Chris Spear since I was 9 years old. So Chris Spire, shortstop, facing Candelaria. That's a 5-8. And Chris Spire hits a home run. I'm going to start calling him Chris Spear again. He didn't do that well in the last game until he got his name changed. Candelaria facing the same situation Dave Palmer did in game 1. Here comes Bill Lee. 5-7, ground to second. Second base is Rodney Scott at a 2 with a 15. And he boots it. Nah, sorry, that's Garner. Come on, keep it straight. Garner's a 3 with a 15. Out with no runners on base. So that would be a 4-3 for out number 1. Lee grounds out to the scrap iron. Rodney Scott Walk his first time up, thrown out stealing second. Pitch from Candelaria, 6-12, not a DH, so not an injury. Ground ball back to the box. Candyman over to Pops, out number 2. Brings up Andre Dawson. Hawk, 6-7, ground to short. Foley is a 3 with a 15, and that's a boot on Foley. So Foley gets a little old E next to his name there. Dawson on first, 2 outs. Larry Parrish comes up. 6-11. Fly to right, that's going to be Parker. I believe he's a 1. He is a 1 with an 18. And safe at second on an error. 2 bases. Dawson makes it to third. Oh my goodness. Oh, 2 men in scoring position. 2 outs. Down 4. Top of the second, Alice Valentine. 5-8. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. And these are not earned runs, because the first error could have counted as out number 3. So we'll circle them. They are unearned runs. However, they count. 3 more. How long do you keep Candelaria in the game? 7-0. Gary Carter, 111, ground to second. That's out number 3. 7-0 going to the bottom of the second. Well, Willie Stargell with 5 consecutive base hits in the first game. Let's see if he can keep his streak up facing Lee. 4-5. Routine ground ball to second base. Scott gets it over to... Yeah, trying to do the play-by-play. Tony Perez, no problem. Out number 1. Brings up old scrap iron, Phil Garner, second baseman. 6-5, pops out to first. 2 away, bottom of the second. Bill Robinson, left fielder. 1-5, ground to short. So innings 1, innings 2, the Pirates go down 1-2-3. Candelaria is going to stay in the game, but he gets into one little bit of trouble. Chuck Tanner is going to yank him. Warren Cromartie, that is a 5-12 walk. He's on first, brings up Tony Perez. Oh no. 3-7, ground to short, so that's going to double Cromartie up at second. 6-4-3. 2 away, Chris Spire. Homered his last time up. Not bad for only 7 homers in a regular season, 344 at-bats. 5-7. Ground to second. Scrap iron is a 3-19. Let's roll it again. 1. That's a 2-base single. And they're going to leave him in. They're going to leave Candelaria in because he's facing Lee, but I don't see him going much further than this. Candelaria facing Bill Lee. 5-8. You've got to be kidding me. In case you can't see it. 1. 5-8. Home run. Bill Lee, the pitcher. Pitcher home run. I think that's my first one ever right there. Yeah, Candelaria is coming out. So the Pirates call on Don Robinson. Off-time starter, but some deep relief going here. Rodney Scott. 2 outs. Top of the third. 2-5. Misses a skinny single split, line to first. 2 more runs, Montreal, 9-0 after 2.5. Yeah, I'd say by their performances, first game for Pittsburgh, Montreal in this one. Both teams are capable of it, and both teams won it. Ed Ott, Bill Lee. Bottom of the third, 110, pop up to second. That's one away for the Pirates. Tim Foley, shortstop. 4-7, ground to second, Bill Lee. That's Scott as a 2. Fielding at a 2 with a 14. And that is an out, number 2. Rodney Scott has been getting a lot of play so far in the game. That's his third assist to go with a putout. Brings up Don Robinson. 2 away. 6-7, fly to center. Out number 3, nothing changes for Pittsburgh. So that'll bring us to Andre Dawson Hawk leading it off, top of the 4th. 6-8, fly to center. Marino camps underneath it, no problem. Out number 1. Third baseman Larry Parrish. His brother Lance is a catcher for the Detroit Tigers. 79 anyway. 4-9. And Robinson gives up a double to Larry Parrish. That's his second double of the ball game. 1 away, Parrish is on second. And John Candelaria can tell him all about this kind of situation. Ellis Valentine. Batting cleanup. Rolls a 2-6. Ground to third. No forced runners hold. 5-3. Madlock to Stargell, no problem. They hold Parrish at second. 2 down, Gary Carter coming up. 5-5. Single 1-7. Nope, line out to scalding shot to Stargell. Just happened to fly right at his glove. Out number 3. So coming to the bottom of the 4th, your score, Montreal Expos 9, Pittsburgh Pirates nothing. 79 card set. Omar Marino. Rolls a 6-6, line out to short. Bill Lee with a commanding performance so far. Wouldn't have taken 9 runs so far to pull this one off. Bill Madlock. 6-11, ground ball to first. I'm going to call that a 3-1. Bill Lee covering the base. Madlock's got a little bit of speed. Took Perez a little bit of time. He wasn't going to make it. Parker, 2 outs. Dave Parker. 4-7, ground to second. Scott is a fielding at a 2 with a 1. There's your single. Dave Parker breaks the Expos ice. 2 down, bottom of the 4th inning. Willie Stargell, man on first. Facing Bill Lee. Lee's pitch is a 3-4 off Stargell's card, draws a walk. And all of a sudden, a little something going for the Buccos. Comes Phil Garner, scrap iron, 5th in the order. 5th in the inning, facing Lee. 3-8, goes down swinging. Hope dies quickly with a strikeout. After 4, 9-0 Montreal. And the top of the 5th inning. Warren Cromartie leading off, left fielder, facing Don Robinson. And that is a 1-6, ground to first. Stargell snatches it, trots it on over, makes the play himself. Out number 1. First baseman, Tony Perez. 3-4, single. And that is the second hit given up so far by Don Robinson. Inning and 2/3 of work. Chris Spire, Perez on first, 1 away. Don Robinson with a pitch. 3-7 and ball 4. Outside, Spire draws the walk. Perez goes to second. 1 out. Bill Lee comes to the plate. And I doubt he's going to repeat what he did before, but it's possible. One on Robinson's card too. 6-8, but it's not there. Fly ball to center, runners hold. Out number 2 for the surprisingly powerful batting pitcher, Rodney Scott, second baseman. And get back over there. 4-6. Ground ball short. Foley is a fielding at a 3. We've got a 9 on the split. And that is out number 3. So Expos flirting with a couple more insurance runs, but nothing going. So it's going to bring up Bill Robinson, batting 5th, 6th in the order for the Pirates. Left fielder, Bill Lee on the mound. 6-7 off Lee's card, fly to center. Out number 1. Catcher Ed Ott. 1-8, line to second. Out number 2. Shortstop Tim Foley. 3-6, and Foley slaps a single. And they don't want to take Don Robinson out of the game pitching. He's staunched the bleeding, so they want to hold him in there. So Robinson's batting against Bill Lee. 3-7, ground to second. That's the end of the inning. And again, Pirates come up goose eggs. That brings us to the top of the 6th. Top of the order for the Expos in the inning is Andre Dawson, facing Don Robinson. 6-4 off Robinson's card, fly ball center field. Omar Moreno fields at a 1. He's got a 17 on the split. And that is out number 1. Moreno makes easy work of that. Second time in a row Dawson is flown out to center. Second time Moreno's fielded it cleanly. Larry Parrish, 1 away. 6-9 off Robinson's card is fly ball to left. Bill Robinson camps underneath that, puts the biscuit in the basket for out number 2. I don't care, I'm using it for baseball. Ellis Valentine, right field. That is a 6-7 off Robinson's card, and Robinson gets the K. Valentine goes swinging at knee cheese. So 9-0 Montreal going to the bottom of the 6th. And Omar Moreno, leadoff batters, leading off against Lee. Pirates' 3rd time through the order, just starting. 4-5 off Lee's card, ground to second. Brings up Bill Madlock, Mad Dog, 3rd baseman. Bill Lee. His pitch 2-2, and Madlock pops up behind the plate. Carter gets underneath it and puts it away easily for out number 2. Brings up Dave Parker, right fielder, Cobra. 6-10, and he slaps this one into right center. Just in front of Hockey. Drops it in for a single. His second hit of the game. Rounds first. Goes back to the base. So that's going to bring up Willie Stargell. 2 out. Bottom of the 6th. 4-5 off Lee's card, and he smacks it hard at Rodney Scott. Scott gets it over to first baseman Tony Perez for out number 3. And the Pirates just are not making anything happen in this game. 9-0 after 6. So Gary Carter is going to lead things off for the Expos. Top 7th inning. 6-8 off Robinson's card. Fly ball to center field. No problem for Omar Moreno. Out number 1. Warren Cromartie, left fielder, facing Robinson. That is a 2-2, and Cromartie goes down swinging. Robinson's second strikeout. Out number 2, Tony Perez, top of the 7th inning. Expos up by 9. Don Robinson with the pitch. 5-7, and another strikeout for Robinson. Perez goes down swinging, and that is going to bring us to the 7th inning stretch, folks. You're out at the old ball game. Phil Garner, scrap iron, leading off bottom of the 7th. 4-10 off Lee's card, ground to third base for the Expos is Larry Parrish fielding at a 2. Roll to 17, and that is out number 1. Parrish to Perez, no problem at all. Routine ground ball. Gets it over. Perez handles it easily. Bill Robinson, left fielder. Pitch from Lee is a 4-12. Ground ball back to the box. Lee gets it over to Perez. Fields it cleanly. Out number 2 brings up catcher Ed Ott. The Ottster. The Otter. Why not? 6-5. And Lee gives him a pop-up behind first. Perez over into foul territory. Handles it nice and easy. So that is out number 3. Your score after 7 innings. Montreal Expos 9. Pittsburgh Pirates 0. And that's going to bring us to Chris Spire, shortstop. He has hit a home run, a single, and drawn a walk. He scored 2 runs and 1 RBI facing Don Robinson. That's going to be a 6-7 off Robinson's card, and Spire goes down swinging. Robinson is warming up. That's 4 strikeouts and 5 batters. No need to pull Lee off the mound yet. They're going to leave him in. They're going to let him bat. Never know, might hit another home run. 2-10 off his own card, goes down swinging, and that is 5 strikeouts for Don Robinson and 6 straight batters. Not too shabby. Of course, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 innings of work underneath his belt. He's not going to be in there much longer. They're going to face Rodney Scott. 6-5. Routine grounder to Garner, gets it over to Stargell for out number 3. And Robinson has had Montreal's number. Really has. It's still 9-0 going to the bottom of the 8th. Pirates are going to start things off with Tim Foley, shortstop, facing Bill Lee. Lee's going strong on the mound. Pirates haven't even gone through their order 3 times yet. 5-7, ground to short. Short is Spire. Fielding at a 3 with a 15. And that's an error on Chris Spire. So Tim Foley reaches base. Spire with his second error in as many games, and we are going to have a substitution at the plate. Pirates are going to sit Don Robinson down. He did a fantastic job. John Milner coming to the plate to pinch hit, facing Bill Lee. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. No outs, bottom of the 8th. And that is 5-9, and he hits the double. No stars. Tim Foley makes it around to third, and he's going to try to score. And he misses it by 1. 112-13, thrown out at home. So John Milner stands on second base, 1 out. That's going to bring up Omar Moreno. Nothing special going here. They're going to bring the infield in. No, they're not. Not going to bring the infield in. Not going to do anything, though. 5-5. Pop out to first. Out number 2. Milner at second. Bill Madlock facing Bill Lee. Mad Dog 3-6, ground to short, out number 3. So we go to the top of the 9th, and it's 9-0 Montreal. So Jim Bibby is going to come in and try to keep the Expos from scoring any more runs. Rodney Scott was the 3rd out last inning, so we go to Andre Dawson. Top of the 9th. Jim Bibby, 4-7, strikes him out, out number 1. Dawson goes down swinging. Larry Parrish 6-10 off Bibby's card. Fly ball to center. And we got to make sure they're in order. Ellis Valentine, 2 outs, facing Bibby. 2-6, grounds to third. Madlock over to Stargell to end the inning, and no problems at all. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and let's see if the Pirates can do anything. I'm hoping for a long inning, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Dave Parker, the Cobra, facing Bill Lee, staying in the game. 3-8. Parker starts off with a single. He is on first. Stargell comes to the plate. Parker is going for second. 14, he gets it. Dave Parker at second. I'm going to bring up Willie Stargell. 3-8. Single. Parker is rounding third and headed for home. 1-16, he gets it. Bottom of the 9th, Dave Parker and Willie Stargell finally break the ice. Pops is on first. Now they've only got to score 8 to tie. Phil Garner, scrap iron, facing Bill Lee. 4-10, ground ball third. Third baseman for the Expos, Larry Parrish, fielding at a 2, looking for a 2. That's a 1-base single. Stargell on second, Garner on first. I'll pitch to Bill Robinson, see what happens. No outs, we're going to roll that again. 3-11, ground ball back to the box. Doubles up on Garner going to second. Call that a 1-6-3. Stargell makes it over to third. Now there are 2 outs. And that's going to bring up catcher Ed Ott. They're going to leave him in there. He's not a horrible batter. And traditionally for me, in games I've played with the 79 Pirates and other formats, Ott can have moments of brilliance. He really can. See what we got. 4-4. Catcher's card X. Gary Carter is a 1. Fielding in a 1, looking for a 16. Wild pitch. Stargell scores, followed by a foul out for out number 3. Pirates score 2 runs, bottom of the 9th, not nearly enough. Bill Lee, complete game win against the Pirates, and your final score, Montreal Expos 9, Pittsburgh Pirates 2, and that's going to bring a Game 3, which will be coming up shortly. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.